Hello, today we'll be discussing the do's and don'ts in recovery. Hi, my name's Travis. Welcome to my channel. Let's get right into it. First of all, I want to say that when we hear the word recovery, we always think about drugs, alcohol, things like that. Recovery just means change. So these do's and don'ts can apply to anybody that's trying to change anything about themselves, not necessarily drugs and alcohol. Now, there are references in here to a person that would be in recovery from drugs and alcohol, but it can apply to anyone. So I just wanted to make that clear before we got started. Okay, let's go. Do's and don'ts of recovery. Let's start out with the do's. One of the things that's important in your recovery or anything you're trying to change in your life is staying focused and committed to that change. I know sometimes when we're trying to change something, if we don't see the benefits and rewards of the change, it's hard to go continuing to try to change it. Easy to go back and say, oh, that's not working. But we have to see things through. We have to allow the change to take place. So we have to stay focused on what it is we want to change, how we want to change it, and the steps we're going to take in order to change it. You also want to work on self. What are some of the things about me that I need to change on a daily basis? Try to do something on a daily basis for yourself, for your recovery, and for somebody else. I try to practice those principles every day, and it gets you out of that self centered, selfish way of thinking like everything's about me, 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 me. So if I put somebody else in that equation and every day I try to do something for someone else, I'm automatically doing something else for myself just by doing that. I have to learn how to treat others with respect. That's an important thing that I need to do. Because a lot of times respect is based upon what it is that you give the other person. And I can't expect someone to respect me if I'm not respecting them, or more importantly, if I'm not respecting myself. So I have to do things that show that I'm in respect of myself. That could be how I let people talk to me, how I let people treat me, things I let people do to me. All those are signs of a person having respect enough for themselves not to allow other people to treat them any way they want to treat them. And like I said before, this is not just about drugs and alcohol. This is people in general. This is about changes that people generally in their life need to make. Now, if it's a person that's using drugs and alcohol, one of the things that I could suggest definitely continue to work your steps, continue to work your program. That's going to be very important to determining if you succeed or not. If you don't work your program and you don't do the things you need to do, you can't expect a positive result. Goodwill only takes place when you do the right things for the right reasons. All right, let's get to some of these don'ts. Don't feel like because those changes are working for you and because you're doing better, don't get arrogant with it. Don't be like, oh, yeah, I don't need to do certain things now because now I'm seeing this change and I'm doing okay. I'm being all right now. Always try to remain humble. Try to remain grateful and humble. And don't ever forget where you came from before you built yourself back up. Because if we forget where we came from, we are sure to return. And always remember not just the situations that you came from, but the feelings that came along with those situations. Yes, I remember standing on the corner waiting to cop with no cop money, but I also remember how it felt. I had to remember how it felt in order to change it. Because sometimes just remembering situations can make me go back to him again because I'm just remembering the situation, not how it felt. I have to remember how it feels. Do not take chances and risks in your recovery that could result in something negative. Like take a chance of going around the people I used to be around, doing the things that I used to do. You could take positive risks, like not going around those people. You're taking the risk of being by yourself for a while when you first get out of recovery, but that's a positive risk. That's a positive chance that you should be willing to take. But don't jeopardize your recovery. Don't jeopardize the changes that you're trying to make in your life for someone else, for how someone else thinks or feels about what you're doing. We're going to always have people viewing us from what we used to do before. But it's up to us to say, that's what I was doing before, and this is what I'm doing now. No one else can make you look like you want to look or how you should be in your life. That's your choice. That's up to you. And don't ever stop working a program of recovery or whatever kind of program you're working on to try to change your life. Keep going forward. Don't let other people pull you back. Because sometimes when people are continuing to do what you're trying not to do, they try to pull you back into what they're doing. And please don't allow them to do that because you're moving forward. And yeah, you'll get the label of, oh, he thinks he's that. She thinks she's that now because she doesn't do that. She doesn't want to be around them. It's not about not wanting to be around people. It's about wanting better for yourself. And if you're wanting better for yourself, you're already on the road to things changing for you and you living a productive life. If you like this video, hit the like button. Leave any comments. I'm open to all comments. If you're not subscribed to the channel now, please subscribe. And I'll see you next time.